Are analysts overestimating the potential of LI Auto versus NIO Stock and XPeng Stock? Hey everybody, my name is Marcel. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification button so you get a notification whenever I do a new video. Here on this channel we're talking Chinese stocks with a focus also on EVs and NIO in particular, but also Tesla and other topics such as AI in China, Baidu, Alibaba, and small caps such as SAP Health and Xunlei and others. Now let's dive into that, and what I'm taking here a look at is the analyst estimates and the breakdown. So this one is for LI Auto, and as you may know, I'm always talking about long shots, like where we can find capital compounders over time, hopefully a 5 to 10x or something like that overall if we're investing in it. So I'm not really looking too much at the short term, like weekly numbers and so on, but instead want to see, what's the big potential there. And just taking a look here, these are the financial projections for LI Auto stock from 2023 till 2032. To be honest, it's only based on one analyst when we get to the year 2032. So it's kind of a little bit of, a small data point here. However, the estimate is for this analyst, the estimate is that LI Auto will reach $65 billion in annual sales by 2032. Now, let's digest that one, but compare it with NIO. And well, it's also, again, a thin data point here, just one analyst in this platform that I'm looking at. But this 2032 analyst target here is $43 billion in sales when we get to 2032. So you'll see already by comparing the difference here between LI Auto and NIO, that is round about 33% more of a potential for LI Auto there. As I said, this is just based on one analyst. I also don't know whether or not this is the same analyst of projection that is going into there. And also fair to say, this is a far out projection. However, could it be that this analyst or these analysts are overestimating the potential of LI Auto there? Frankly, we have to congratulate LI Auto here on doing a tremendous job at scaling in the current stages where they are at. They are profitable. They have a nice cash balance. In contrast to NIO, they actually managed to raise more money right now without diluting their stockholders by issuing bonds. So great stuff that's happening there, and I think we should start seeing LI Auto expanding aggressively. So frankly, they're in a very good position in order to, reach their targets and goals. However, why I am personally invested in NIO and not invested in LI Auto is because I frankly do see the larger potential in NIO ultimately. So it's quite interesting to see that this projection here is quite a bit lower for NIO here. We can also take a look at XPeng, for example. It's at 27 billion by the year 2032. I'd go with that because I think also that XPeng will be the smaller company compared to NIO, and also needs to sell actually even more cars in order to break even. But let's just speak about LI Auto versus NIO here. So for NIO, they already today have the larger lineup. They are invested in both the infrastructure as well as the model lineup dedicated to pure battery electric vehicles, versus LI Auto, who has a very targeted and very successful niche with multi-purpose vehicles there. Or let's say big SUVs, however you will call it, but very, very targeted at the family. Of course, they will introduce new models and new lineups. However, there is not as much to see as currently with NIO, and they frankly still need to prove whether or not they can actually make it in the world of battery electric vehicles, right? And also, what's completely missing in my point of view for LI Auto is the whole, let's say, the ecosystem, alternative business models. Of course, frankly, they will also launch something like autopilot, subscription services, that sort of things. There will be head-on-head there with NIO. However, just looking at the NIO business model, there's so much more in there, so much more music playing in the setup that NIO gives us as an investor, much more optionality. And frankly, even already just from the auto sales, with the global potential of NIO and not one step taken by LI Auto so far, I don't frankly see why NIO is discounted here by 33% on the potential compared to LI Auto on these estimates for the analysts. And that's leaving us with the question whether or not people just simply don't see the potential in NIO there. Of course, it's easy to say that LI Auto clearly is doing better right now, but investing is about talking about the future. So, is there a mistake by investors? Let me know in the comments how you would compare the potentials of LI Auto versus NIO. I just gave you my view. Let me know if you think I'm wrong on that. And then thanks for watching. See you in the next video.